Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 18th episode of Kouryer podcast. Today, I'm joined with Sergi Stamp. He's a 3D artist from Barcelona, Spain. And with that brief introduction out of the way, would you please give us a little introduction for yourself and how you got into visual arts and design?
Yeah, sure. Well, thanks for having me first. I started making digital art, with 3D and all these things, like 6 years ago, and I started like testing different things, doing graphic design, video, and photography, and trying to mix everything together a bit.
All right. And were you originally studying art and design, or you were pursuing another career path?
I was doing a degree studying product design, like doing chairs and tables and all these things.
All right. And what is your main branch of design that you're focusing on? And tell us about your experience from the start until now.
I focus on visual design, so now I'm completely focused on doing 3D things because I find that I can express myself better than in that environment. But I love like visual communication, and I try to do this for brands, and now doing products that help other designers to do the same thing.
All right. And how does your design process usually go anytime you want to start working on a design project?
Okay, can you give me like a bit more info, like a client project or something?
Yeah, sure,
like that?
sure. Like, for example, yes, exactly. Like a client project, like for a company or just for an independent like agency, they commissioned you to design something for them, right? Anything that you work on. And how does your process from the start to finish, how the process usually goes, you know?
Yeah. Well, first I try to figure out what they need. Like they used to reach to me like we need to present like a product or a service in a different like in a way that matters to people, or we want to create an animation or something like that, and we start like I do like 2 or 3 sessions to try to figure out like what they are trying to really get out of this, because most of the time like we want to just do this animation, and that's not really the thing that they want to do. Like they want multiple things, and probably animation is not the best thing to start with, and I try to figure out that the solution I'm trying to give to them fits them. So then I generally start by talking like a lot with the client. If that make any sense?
Oh yeah, that totally makes sense actually. And I wanted to talk about one of the things you put in your Instagram bio. Like it says one of the lines is, if anyone goes to Mr. Stamp's profile, they can see it. It says creative mind from BCN, and also this is the sentence I want you to talk about for a bit. Over 500 renders. All right. How did that begin? Like, was I like, all right, I'm gonna just make it a challenge for myself to do 500 renders so I could stick to practicing it every day, or like basically have some sort of consistent routine, or just how did it happen? Like,
Yeah,
tell us
yeah.
a story about that.
I know this is pretty funny. Like everything started because I was following a YouTuber, and I saw like a wallpaper he has on on the computer, and I was like, whoa, what's that? Like I need to know how to do this kind of thing, and I figured out that the program that the designer used was like Cinema 4D, which is the one I use now. And everything started from that, and at one point I said something like it would be funny to like put a number on every render to check, not only check like the learning curve that I was doing the work, but to check how many renders will take me to be like more like professional or getting paid to do it.
All right, and I see a lot of like skulls in your works. I like, is does that have a particular reason, or it's just something you just like? Like sometimes people, we all are just seem like think
No,
of some things as
no,
just fun for no reason, but sometimes
it's
it
more
has a reason.
personal. Clients don't usually reach me out to do this kind of work. I like it, but it's more like personal work.
Ah, all right, sounds fair.
Mhm.
And who are your favorite artists and designers that have inspired you the most?
Ooh, probably one of the one that inspires me the most was Philip Hudas. You know who he is? Like he does 3D.
No, actually, Philip who?
Philip Hudas, like with two O's. Like he does pretty insane realistic 3D. And then the French monkey. He's Greek, and I met him in Barcelona. He's a super nice guy, and he lives out of doing products and selling to other 3D designers that want to use their assets.
All right, and what is the main subject of your artworks, and what made them interesting to you? Like, I know we already like expanded upon the skull thing, but like in general, not just the skull. What other things are the subject?
That I like to do.
Yeah, that are subjects of your artworks.
Hmm. I like to. Well, I don't know if I'm understanding right the question, but I really love the attention to detail and everything that goes with doing a render and putting a lot of detail into the lighting, the texturing, the composition, and all of this. So that's like the big umbrella that covers everything I'm doing. So I like to experiment with skulls, but I like to experiment with spheres and natural scenes and abstract and all of these things, but focus on detail and on the things that I like to see.
All right, and how to simplify the start of the learning process? Like, what I mean by that is like, where sometimes when, for example, someone who's zero in drawing and just asks someone who's a master at it, like, how do I get it started? And the answer is usually, well, just start drawing, and that's not a wrong answer, but it's a really confusing answer, to be honest. Like you like it gives you like a direction in a way, but at the same time, it doesn't give you a direction. Like, all right, draw, but draw what? Draw how? Draw.
Yeah.
And so when it comes to like 3D arts, how do you think we can simplify the start of the learning process?
Well, this can sound like a bit controversial, but copying, like like take a piece that you really love and try to recreate exactly that way. Like I'm not meaning that you're gonna make money out of it or stealing or copying the style of other people, but try to recreate the things, and you will figure out what the challenges you come.
All right, and any advice and tips for a good portfolio and a resume for artists?
What they are trying to reach, like agencies or clients.
Both, yeah. For 3D artists, yeah.
Mm-hmm. For 3D artists, it depends because there's a lot of demand on the video game industry, and if you like building 3D assets or these kind of things, like this could be like a really good path. And if you're more like visual, like you can go with brands and try to communicate with products or services they're doing, or try to present or music, like try to figure out a way to do graphics for music artists as well.
Actually, one of the previous guests that came onto the podcast also did a lot of works for like a band album covers and artworks for their concerts and
Mhm.
all that. Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, it was Alicia Damon. Yeah, I think on episode 13. Yeah, that was her. And on to the next question. What are you working on right now that you can tell us about? Like, what kind of project is it?
Yeah, well, right now I'm doing my own material pack. Like I want to build a material library, and I'm starting to build like a 30 texture pack that includes like ground materials, and I'm doing like all the photos and put it back to the computer and process it, like creating all the 3D in 4K resolution, and then put that out to make designers' life a bit easy.
All right. And what area beside the area you're working on are you interested to explore and learn in the future? Like, what I mean by that is imagine if you had extra time and resources and money and everything to be able to focus on a new craft or skill that you're interested to work on, but right now, because of your current work, you're kind of busy. So, what could that be?
Video, I think.
Pardon?
Video, everything.
Editing.
Well, more like filmmaking with camera and all of these things.
All right. Like After Effects, Premiere.
No, more like filmmaking, like doing
documentaries
videos and like nothing in 3D. Yeah. It's completely different, but I don't know. Like it's something that I always wanted to learn.
And with everything that's been said and done, to conclude all we discussed, give us a roadmap for someone who is zero in visual arts and wants to get to the place you are in terms of skills, like where to start, best tools, softwares, books, courses, anything, like from zero to where you are. What roadmap and steps should someone take to get to that skill set level?
All right. Well, that's complicated because, well, you just said like it's easy to say, well, just do your thing, and yeah, it's that you have to put like a lot of work, but I think that you need to not judge yourself too much. Like if you're just starting, like you're gonna do it bad at first. Like with everything you start, like you're gonna do it bad, and you need to improve. That's why I said that you need to copy first, because if you really like something, like try to recreate it as it is, and you will figure out that you need to overcome some things that well, like those are the challenges, and that's what make the difference. So yeah, like create, and don't be afraid to change. Like do abstract, do realism, do everything you want. Like experiment a lot and have fun.
All right, I think that's about it. Thank you so much for joining us. Where can people contact you if they had like questions or anything?
They can contact me through Instagram. It's Sergi, and same in Twitter.
All right, thank you so much for joining us, and have a good day, everyone.